the skies are clear, the sun is out, but don't be deceived. There's a big-time nip in the air on this crisp autumn day at Lincoln Financial Field. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Led his team to one of the best regular seasons in the NFL last season, but really elevated his play during the postseason, and once again was a monster in the Super Bowl. He's led his team to at least 11 wins in each of the last 3 seasons. He doesn't expect this year to be any different.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Throwing is Hurts. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Going right back to Dotson. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And a year ago when he was drafted, it felt like central casting. Bo Nix coming to the NFL ready to roll, and he surpassed all expectations a season ago and threw for nearly 30 touchdown passes as a rookie. Fell just short with 29, but a huge piece of his team's future.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. Room here to run. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a first down.
First down, Broncos.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the bootleg, here's Nix. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. So no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10. On play action, here's Nix. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. On the sneak, it's Nix. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
They'll run with Dobbins. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. One more time with Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. This is caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
A first down carry for Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Hurts. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Hurts sets up to throw it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football, and he's got a first. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Gets this out quickly to Dotson. Down the sideline he goes. And down to the 19-yard line. We'll get an injury stoppage, and it appears to be the wideout, Jahan Dotson. He's the one shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Hurts completing this one quickly. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Hurts. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead it 7-zip. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. To throw, here's Nix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Nix to the air. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Still on his feet, and down to the 29-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
First down, Broncos.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And they just did not get the snap away in time.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 2nd down.
Throwing Nix. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards for number 11.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Dotson in motion right. Back to throw now on first down. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
At the 43-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Barkley inside handoff. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They go play action with Hurts. A nice move in midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out in the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
Up the middle with Barkley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Second down and 4. They'll go to Barkley again. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. Hurts fumbles it. Looks like one of the DBs has it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Looking to put a drive together. Following the fumble recovery, Nix. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Nix. Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Nix. Flush to his right. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Off the play fake, Nix. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll look to throw. This is Smith with the ground. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Give him 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
8-yard line.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Another try for Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
A 25-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Nix. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. They'll get this up to about the 44.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
2nd down and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Nix. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
First down, Broncos.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. Second down and 3. Working out of the gun is Nix. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Evan Ingram, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Here's Hurts to throw. This will be caught by Brown. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
At the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here comes second and a yard. Hurts sets up to throw it. This short throw caught by Goddard. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing is Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hurts. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 38-yard line.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And a good return is going to stop just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
He completes this to Sutton. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
To throw, here's Nix. And he's got his man in stride, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 67 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
First down, Denver.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Right back to Dobbins on first. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll go again with Dobbins. And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Nix to the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Franklin. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. Now Lutz for the field goal try. And this a 39-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle here to Brown. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brings up second and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now second and 4 from the 31. A handoff to Barkley. And fights through one man. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
That's good for an Eagles first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Back to throw here. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll go down at the 28. 2 yards, good enough for first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the 3rd quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine, but going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
Elliott on for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it's capped off by a receiving touchdown from Saquon Barkley. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 87 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Azeez Ojulari pushing in and dropping him.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw is Nix. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Here's Nix. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting him to shreds.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
3rd and 2. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. In the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Back to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9. Nix from the shotgun. That's taken in by Franklin. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Now he's able to bring through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing Nix. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. A last series form, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. And they'll begin by running the option. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Oh,
man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Here's Hurts to throw. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Hurts sets up to throw it. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That's good for another Eagles. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. Out left to Dotson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Hurts. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Shrugs him off. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Elliott good with a PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley.
Jake Elliott to kick
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. the 20 to about the 22. The Broncos offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the 23, here's a 2nd down and 9. Now it's Nix. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go. Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up to the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw, here's Nix. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
The offense on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun is Nix. He'll air this one out from Mims. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them to completion.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to kick it away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the 2nd half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders. Hurts fumbles it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. The football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And at this stage, in the fourth, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Nix to the air. And he's got it. Touchdown, Broncos. Evan Ingram, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. Excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Oh, a nice spin. And he returns this to the 22. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. This short throw caught by Goddard.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They go play action with Hurts. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked up by Riley Moss. And the Broncos are going to get it back back here just shy of the 20. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Midge used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
This is 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Nix finding Sutton. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Looking to throw. Nix. Dobbins with it.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Nix to throw again. Quickly into the hands of Mims. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Here's 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
23 seconds, all that remain as they come up on a 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Wide open receiver, complete.
A gain of 16 yards. First down.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And this one is right down the middle. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Philly.